Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Kirti Sophia Panajan, and in today's session we'll be learning about plagiarism. Plagiarism is the dishonest act of trying to pass someone else's work as your own. It's a type of unethical practice that can land writers, editors, and academic researchers in hot water. However, there are multiple types of plagiarism and they aren't all created equal. Some aren't even intentional. Today, we shall discuss the different types of plagiarism, including examples, so you can avoid plagiarism in your writing. So, there are 7 types of plagiarism. They are mosaic or patchwork plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, complete plagiarism, self-plagiarism, accidental plagiarism, source-based plagiarism, and direct or verbatim plagiarism. So now let's look deep into each type of plagiarism. Mosaic or patchwork plagiarism. With this type of plagiarism, the work of someone else is simply paraphrased without proper citation. It's often difficult to detect because the plagiarized material is interwoven with many different sources, including the writer's own ideas and perspective. This type of paraphrasing can be done from one or several sources. The writer may try to change up the sentence structure or even use synonyms to make it seem original. However, taking the idea of another piece is still plagiarism, even if the words are switched up a bit and intermingled with original thought. Moving on to the next type of plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism. Paraphrasing or incremental plagiarism is the most common type of plagiarism. It is similar to the mosaic plagiarism style as we have mentioned already. However, the difference is that the copied work isn't mixed in with new concepts and research. When you paraphrase the original idea in your own words, the borrowed material stays the same throughout the new piece. And this is known as paraphrasing plagiarism. The third one is complete plagiarism. Complete plagiarism is more common in academic writing than in content marketing or other types of online writing. This type of plagiarism occurs when someone tries to submit an entire research paper as their own without proper attribution. For example, this involves copying and pasting the original work in its exact words. The only thing that is changed is the author's name. So this is known as complete plagiarism. The next one is self-plagiarism. It is also known as auto-plagiarism, and it happens when you copy your own writing, whether intentional or not. Often the person in a self-plagiarism incident is summarizing or repurposing their own work instead of writing a whole new piece from scratch on the same topic. Many people think self-plagiarism is harmless because you aren't stealing from someone else, just yourself. But this type of plagiarism can be just as damaging as any other. For example, if you are writing web pages and you are caught plagiarizing, you could end up getting penalized by Google for duplicate content. Or if you're writing for clients, your words may no longer belong to you. This could even result in potential legal issues if it is a breach of your client contract. So self-plagiarism is kind of dangerous while you attempt to do it. Moving on to the next one, accidental plagiarism. Plagiarism doesn't always happen on purpose. It is still considered plagiarism when someone copies another's writing without citing their source, improperly cites their source, or leaves out quotation marks on accident. Just because the omission or incorrect citation was accidental doesn't mean plagiarism hasn't been committed. It could also become a type of plagiarism if we accidentally leave out the citation part. This is why it's important to check any work, and when in doubt, give your source credit. So whenever we write a research paper, or when we copy something or an idea or a thought from somebody else, we have to give proper citation. Moving on to the sixth one, source-based plagiarism. This type of plagiarism refers to instances when misleading sources are involved. For example, the writer may have two sources of information but only reference one of the sources. Another form of source-based plagiarism would be when an author quotes a non-existent or incorrect source. So whenever we quote somebody's work or quote something, we must make sure that it exists and it is from the correct source. The worst type of this kind of plagiarism is when sources are fabricated. Making up information like study findings or statistics is extremely misleading and can even be harmful in the case of medical content. So that is what we call as source-based plagiarism. Moving on to the last type of plagiarism, direct or verbatim plagiarism. Direct plagiarism, also known as verbatim or copy-paste plagiarism, is an intentional and unethical form of stealing content. As the name suggests, the writing is stolen word for word and pasted into the new piece. The author then tries to pass off the content as their own. A word or two might be changed, but this type of plagiarism is too blatant to be considered paraphrasing. So we as research scholars or writers must make sure that we avoid such types of plagiarism while writing a piece of work. Nowadays, we have multiple plagiarism checking tools available in internet itself, and anyone with an internet connection can quickly see if a piece of work was plagiarized. Many plagiarism software options include the ability to check for structure, synonym, and even paraphrasing and common knowledge. If text is copied word for word, it won't stand a chance of not being detected as plagiarism. Even pasting the words in a Google search is likely to uncover the original source when direct plagiarism is involved. So during the research phase of any content piece, you'll likely be referencing multiple sources. Think about how they influenced your work and do your best to present the information in a fresh and original way. When you're in doubt, try to use some free plagiarism checker to make sure your writing is original and ready to go live. So that's all for today. I hope today's session was fruitful for you all. See you again in the next class. Bye bye.